My favorite memory. It's entering the empty building and giving it life.
At the beginning, when things like started to put together and a lot of people were here, a lot of people working together.
The energy of the people, and there was like 100 or even more.
I hope for sure it's not gonna get evicted. I mean, I can't imagine how it would be if there is no PLAC anymore.
I would say Ljubljana is a very special and unique capital of Europe.
Ljubljana is a relatively small city with around 300,000 citizens.
There's a lot of different people, a lot of different subcultures.
I hang around a lot in Ljubljana, and I will describe it as unique, yet dangerously familiar to all the other Western Europe as a whole.
It's very liberal. It does not have like any conservative components inside the society, but it's getting more and more expensive and more for rich people, I would say.
There's a lot of new hotels in the past years.
All the old buildings, abandoned buildings are torn down and some fancy villas blocks are built there. I think the problem is that we do not have any more abandoned buildings, and every square meter of Ljubljana, especially the city center, is getting gentrified. Society should organize itself and fight the gentrification through, like, I don't know, either squatting, but not in that subcultural sense, but just making use of abundant, or maybe not even abundant spaces, but of just those bourgeois flats.
This building was actually built during the former Yugoslavia.
This officially used to be a restaurant for the workers who were working in the construction company. It was a state-owned company where they were building railroads and roads.
And after they bankrupted, following the 2008 financial crisis, the ownership got into the hands of the government in the forms of DOTB or DUTB. We also call it
Bad Bank. I mean, it was very shady business that was going on before already.
I think it's also like a project of capitalist modernity, if you call it that way, that they're trying to alienate the city from us, that we do not feel any belonging to the city because there is nothing that is ours, because everything is for rich people. You go to a cafe, you cannot afford it, you cannot buy a flat. There are no more parks. It's just nothing that ties you to some place, and you're just become, just a commodity that can travel from city to city, work in every city, just getting sucked of your meaning for money, just so you can live.
This building was, for the better part of the last decade, left to rot. It was abandoned. It was used by rodents, mosquitoes, drug users, and so on. We transform it into something that is actually meaningful, both to us and to the community, I would like to think as well.
Like 2 years ago, there was still Rok. It was, I think, the second biggest squat in Europe for some time, and it had a really bad image in the public and in the media. So the interpretation that people had at the start of the PLAC, it's that it's gonna be like that.
Important step in forming PLAC, in forming even a need for a squat in Ljubljana, emerged especially after the eviction of Rok factory. You maybe know about it, but it was a huge squat.
the older guys from Rogue and also us younger generation. We met the first time around 4 or 5 months, something like that, before the actual squatting took place.
Some members of the community first saw the building, then we start looking into it first, checking if it's worth to squat it. And then we started with meetings in other areas in Ljubljana, where actually PLAC communities start to be formed, so outside of this building. So it's not only this place that is connecting us, but I would say it's more the idea.
The beginning analysis of the whole squatting process was, okay, we do not have any participative open space in Ljubljana, you know, everything is either NGOs or it's expensive as fuck. So we want to do something that is non-commercial and that is open for people and that you do not feel like a customer when you enter, because we have youth centers, but when you enter there, you're a customer, you know, they have to write all the reports to European Union to get funding.
So we had meetings, decided, we need an autonomous building, a squat, so we can perform outside this capitalistic modernity, this approach. Afterwards, we got into groups and every group had to scout the area. And once we found this building, we did a lot of research on it, for how long it has been here, is it stable enough, is it safe even to use? And after we did our due diligence, we decided that this building is the prime suspect where the new squat PLAC can take place.
And we started developing this idea on how we're gonna maintain this place, how we're gonna function through the assemblies that were taking place. And then last week before we entered, different groups gathered, all of us, and then we decide when and how we're gonna squat the building.
And so we squatted this place and opened it up to the public on the 3rd of September last year. This place is different from other squats, that it is still in its essence a political squat. We still hold by our principles, that we are autonomous, self-organizing, not-for-profit squat.
It's really not a place where you can actually buy something, you know. That's very different from other squats in Ljubljana.
I think one really important thing is that we are not like a subcultural squat, but maybe more to be open in communication with society and dialogue with society. And we are slowly getting into that direction, but it's a long and very hard process to get. So
at the end of the day, we don't focus on our individual problems and on their individual needs for this place. It's that, just the bigger picture of the PLAC. Like, I think this is the things that really connects us.
It's very multi-generational community. We are coming from different backgrounds. Some of us would never hang out, some of us would never meet if it wouldn't be at this particular moment to build a new community, to build a self-organized place where we can function under our own rules.
So, for example, somebody who is, I wouldn't say a tourist, but a person who is from outside Slovenia, and he or she or they first come here, they all ask, can I maybe make a coffee? This is really not necessary, because here, if you want a coffee, you just make it. The only guideline is that you have to clean after yourself. The main way in which squats can fight to survive, not only PATS, but in general, is the support of the public.
For the media, I can say that we are really trying. We have a PR group also. We were always open to media, so we are willing to discuss. We are also inviting here always people to see what is actually going on inside.
Of course, there are a few media outlets who don't really honestly report about us and so on.
I think we were maybe attraction more from the beginning because we were something different. And then, of course, there was this fight with the owners and the new government now. And, politicians were coming also here. Everyone wants to have a little bit of chunk of either blaming us or opposite, So many things were going on. But I would say now it's really calm. They accept that we are living here. We are really trying to respect the community. So one of the things is that we, at 10 p.m., we finish with the events.
We hold concerts, we hold discussions, we hold movie projections. There is also a martial arts program in the gyms. We have communal eating or a canteen every Thursday and Saturday at 4 o'clock.
I proposed the idea on the assembly to make film nights here, so we could watch like movies, and also the people that make their own movies, we could also play them.
During the winter, we noticed that we maybe need a place to store all the books we had, and maybe a place which is a bit quieter. So yeah, we decided to build the library, maybe assort the books into some kind of order, and there is a lot of good literature here as well. But library can also be used like by students when they need to study, or when you just need a bit of a safer space if you want to be alone.
Decisions here are made through the assemblies. We have a general assembly 1 time per week. We are discussing different issues that we have, and we try to solve them with a dialogue.
Conflicts that arise are very similar to conflicts which arise in everyday workplace and so on.
I would just say they are not very different. That they are in any situation that can appear between friends, family, intimate relationships or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's still a lot of problems in our community. A lot of new people should come here, so it's some new perspectives, and also people that are in these circles, political circles in Ljubljana, that's not just the same people always.
I mean, we are political squad, so people have different opinion, but we always invite everyone to come. We have students from the universities also coming, and we present them what they are doing. I mean, they are shaping their own opinion about how they see the fact that we are here, obviously, without paying rent.
In the last months, there are less people here because they got thrown away by some of the old dynamics that were happening here. So we have an internal problem and also the outside problem. But yeah, I think it's important to still stay here and to really bring new people here to change those dynamics and to put some new perspectives and views.
I think PLAC is at this point safe from violent eviction, because we are being sued. I mean, some people are being sued. That give us this like few years or maybe a year or whatever the process will end. That give us at least some safety, but otherwise we have good relationships with police.
In the near future, it's quite safe, but in the long run, I am a bit scared, but we are actively engaging in talks with all the relevant authorities, and hopefully the situation gets resolved soon.
We are very transparent from the beginning also. Also, when we entered, we informed the police, we informed the owner, we informed also the ministries, everyone. So everybody knew, we have nothing to hide here. We occupied a public building, a building that we believe that belongs to everyone. That's why we feel secure, because we think that we are doing something that it's moral also. And we are aware of, obviously, that there are some rules under that we are maybe breaking, but we stand behind what we are doing.
Well, my wishful thinking is that PLAC will become like a hub for a broader social movement, but that's only my wishful thinking. I think that PLAC has a bright future, maybe not in this building, but as a community.
You do not have the same motivation to do things if you know that you might get evicted in, I don't know, half a year. There is nothing that we can love in our cities anymore, because everything is just being taken away from us. And I think we should organize against that, organize our neighborhoods, and to fight the gentrification. I think that's important, because if you cannot love a thing, you will not defend it. And if you cannot defend it, it can be taken away from you. And I think that is happening.
You can do this everywhere. Of course, we are happy we're having a building now. We are very proud on everything what we've done until now. And we will be very sad if we lose it, but the idea stays. So we can just transfer it somewhere else,